I have Dext up. So this is only, you can only really find this on Dext. Dext is dextools.io, which is pretty much the standard. You can use ChartX and I think there's Uniswap.vision, but I think that Dext is the most up to date. I have like 20K tokens for live data feed. So let's hop into this. So basically, if you're looking at this from a whole, here was your massive breakout to the upside. There was a consolidation into a bull flag that went up 2-to-1 ratio. Same thing here, ended up breaking down. So in this period of time is where he started actually rolling out some of the keepers, and technically the mainnet went live. So this is kind of where I'm going to look at it from a TA perspective. There's really like, I'm just going to draw these loosely. There's really like kind of two, there was this, right? And then there was, I'm just drawing these really kind of shitty. This one can really come up to there. So we're kind of in between these two vertical lines. We come back down to the 618, I believe, from previous low to high. And there. So it defended the 618 beautifully, both here and here in between those two areas of buying pressure. So what we're looking at from right now is to get above this vertical line in which we saw multiple points of buy pressure and now turning into sell pressure. We're looking to get above there and kind of fly on out of here. Once we get above here, we can retest the high, which if you do a fib extension would be the the 618 on that end, and you'd be looking for your next move up to 400. In my opinion, what would fuel that? Obviously, people seeing the value in it, but I think that Binance is going to be looking at something like this. You could be seeing accumulation because maybe they're accumulating a sizable bag to be able to trade on it, because with a lot of DeFi projects, if you're going to list it, you're the one who's providing the market making. So you're kind of getting your brand behind it, so that way you can you're getting your brand behind it, so that way you can pump the price for your own gain. It's very hard to get DeFi projects to come on and hire a market
with this
maker for you.
project, did Andre also launch this as a fair launch, or is this different?
Yeah, so it was just I don't know how fair it was in the sense of if he had any tokens. I don't believe he did. I think that some of the partners had, like, if you look at Cream as like the #1 buyer of it, they're the #1 holder of it because they're one of the first major 4 partners. I think the major 4 partners are like Synthetics, Cream, Hedgic, and whoever the other one is. You just have to go to their Medium. So major players are getting involved in this, and Cream has a relationship with Binance as well. So just remember that. Think of that correlation.
What kind of relationship?
Yes. So if you go to Cream, I think it's Cream.finance. I don't want to go to a porn website on your stream. So let's actually search for Cream. You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, I think on one of their websites, it showed like a Binance relationship. Not on the app. Here it is. So if you go to Cream, no, there were CoinGecko. Maybe it was one of the other partners. I'd have to go look back, but one of their partners on their website has a Binance affiliation. So,
okay.
And I think that it's inevitable, right? I think that after Eminence happened, they essentially were very hesitant. I think everyone's hesitant to deal with him in the space, but the image has been saved a little bit because that history is important. When YFI came out, I think they listed them within 2 weeks, right? When things started going crazy with YFI, they were listed on Binance. With Eminence happening, that's a big black eye to him. And also the way that Keeper rolled out was kind of a continuation of that black eye.
Now, could you explain Eminence to our audience? Kind of like a Cliff Notes version?
Yeah, the Cliff Note version on Eminence, outside of the story that I already told, was that Eminence was supposed to be, I'm not sure if NFTs were involved, but it was supposed to be some sort of game, crypto game. And there was going to be these different clans of like the Link Marines versus these other people, and you would collect, I think, NFTs in the game. And it was a personal project that he was working on. And for all intents and purposes, he rolled it out, and people were super bullish on it. Like tons of people moved in. Like the TVL on it was insane. To answer your question before, the daily volume on Keeper right now is close to 20 million. I think it was almost 100 million at some point. But what ended up happening was someone did a flash loan to exploit Eminence. And a lot of us speculate that it was someone close to the project because it was shortly after it got launched. So for someone to have someone random to have the smart contract code that quickly and exploit a flash loan would have been, I don't want to say it would be impossible, but it's unlikely. And then someone who hacked it for 15 million sent 8 million back, and the 7 million has been sitting in that wallet ever since, right? So where's the upside to that? So I've had some speculation about, maybe there's someone who wanted to put him out of business, like just like try and like exit him from the space, or maybe it was someone who was close to them who just said, hey, opportunity. Because when I talk to some whales in the space who are in the know, they say he's playing too quick. He's shooting from the hip. He's not taking the appropriate measures that he should be taking as someone from his position. He had it made. He literally, if he didn't want to, I mean, he still has it made to a degree, but if he didn't want to, keep building, he could have just like sat at a fund for the rest of his life making millions, right? That's not who he is. So it's, he is playing very fast and very dangerous, and the people in this space are cold-hearted, and when they see someone doing that, they're going to try and exploit you. So I think the Andre here's the tear at my heart on both ends is that loosely knowing him for 2 years, he's very like he presents himself as someone who's pure, like a purist, and he wants to build and contribute and not make it about money. And I talked on the show last time about the war between the different factions in crypto and the dev core people who do value money. I mean, I don't think anyone doesn't value money, but there's a group of people who are dev core. They value like building stuff. They don't want to be associated with these institutional speculators. And then there's the institutional speculators, and they need each other on some sort of level,
right?
I mean, it's semantics, right? It's
because
preservation,
herein finance is really speculation for lending stablecoins.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So by definition, it's for speculators.
Yeah. So I mean, it doesn't make sense from a hypocritical standpoint, but these people want to make sure that their branding is one of us.
Okay. Now, Bill, any comments? Because I want to make sure we get to the AMA.
Okay, so with things like hacks, and if you listen to this story, and I'm thinking to myself, this is one of the reasons why crypto went down. Like crypto, we talk about on the show, it's the most unique market in that it can like F itself. It doesn't require some sort of external force. Some bad actor comes in and all of a sudden, everything goes to zero. Well, the fact of the matter is, if this story is one of the things that helped kill DeFi in people's minds, then DeFi is not dead, right? It was just an incident. It looked bad. Everyone sold. That's it, right? It's just another example of somebody making a mistake that changes perception temporarily.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, definitely.
Did we lose somebody? Okay. Anyway, let's take a break there. Tell us what you think down in the
comments. On that, I hold Andre to account on his actions that happen after it. Because at some point you can't just come out and say, well, go fuck yourself, right? Happened on your watch. Buck stops with you. So
yeah.